What if the real danger of AI isn't robots taking over, but the silent disappearance of jobs you thought were safe? Imagine hearing that customer service, accounting, or even computer programming could be among the first professions reshaped by algorithms. Yet history tells us that every wave of technology both replaces and creates work. So why do some people survive these shifts while others don't? Stay with me, because the surprising key to survival might not be your job title, but something else entirely. What happens when the very instruments designed to lighten human effort begin to erase the very entrances into work itself? Imagine standing at the bottom of a ladder where the lowest steps are being sawed off, leaving you staring upward at rungs you can no longer reach. For centuries, each new wave of tools carried this dual edge, replacing some roles while lifting fresh ones into being. The loom displaced the weaver's careful hands, yet opened paths for factory managers and textile engineers. The typewriter ended rows of clerks filling ledgers by hand, even as it created a generation of typists and secretaries. The rhythm of industry has always meant loss, balanced with renewal. But this time, the balance feels strangely uneven. You can trace the outlines of the disruption with numbers. Economists at Goldman Sachs estimate unemployment rising by 0.5 percentage point as AI spreads. A small figure on paper, but a notable stress across nations already stretched by housing costs and wage stagnation. The earliest shockwaves fall upon the junior ranks. Voice assistants supplant call center staff who once cut their teeth on long hours of scripted customer conversations. Generative text models edge into the starting lines of programming, the same sector that once seemed the safest of modern careers. Even accountants, once insulated by complex financial rules, now face algorithms that learn faster and adapt more quickly than a human graduate fresh from university. Picture a young adult stepping out of campus with a resume in hand, only to find that the internships once abundant have quieted. In the technology sector, unemployment among workers aged 20 to 30 has risen by nearly 3%, and that figure conceals the countless who wander between freelance gigs, short-term contracts, and unpaid experience just to enter the field. The path forged by earlier generations, from entry clerk to skilled professional, now appears narrower. This thinning spreads into neighboring industries. Graphic design, long considered both practical and creative, stalls as templates, and automated art engines produce passable results for clients unwilling to pay for human touch. Consulting, once a gateway for ambitious graduates, slows because predictive systems handle data analysis at a fraction of the cost. Call centers across continents grow quiet as chatbots learn to mimic empathy in multiple languages. One by one, the rungs give way from below. The climb towards stability must be made from higher and higher starting points. The image can feel grim. A ladder stripped at its base, leaving many stranded. Yet the story does not end with collapse. The displacement makes the so-called AI apocalypse intimate and tangible, but it signals a moment of transition, not a final ending. For some, it will seem like destruction. For others, it becomes the opening of a doorway elsewhere. What looks like ruin in one field breathes potential in another, reminding us that while some ladders vanish, entirely new ones are only beginning to appear. If the old steps are breaking away, you may be asking, where do the new ones appear? Jobs are vanishing before our eyes, but history reminds us that disappearance is rarely the end of the story. Picture the year 1940. Typewriters clatter in offices, miners descend into shafts, farmhands fill the fields. In that world, more than half the work we know today did not even exist. Social media managers, cybersecurity analysts, app developers, none of it had been imagined. Work is not a fixed thing, but a living current, moving and reshaping itself every few generations. What seems like absence in one decade can turn into overflowing abundance in the next. Yet the crossing from one shore to the other is always uncertain. Forecasts suggest that as much as a third of present-day tasks could be automated. But listen to the other side of the same prediction. Tens of millions of brand new jobs forming in response. Some might arrive in familiar places, maintaining the very systems of artificial intelligence, repairing models when they misfire, curating data to teach them better rules. Others expand outward, supporting the swelling demand of healthcare as populations age, or guiding students in classrooms that now use adaptive tutoring platforms. Still others ride the larger tides reshaping the planet. Renewable energy grids,